भी आ रही
सब जा रही है आवाज।
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. The remaining part of lesson 1 and our topic is importance of transpiration in plants. Importance of transpiration. The importance of transpiration first is cooling effect. It gives the cooling effect to the plant. How it give cooling effect? In transpiration, water gets evaporated from the plants. The heat required for this evaporation, it require to evaporate, it require to evaporate water, it require heat. The heat required for the evaporation is obtained from the plant itself. This heat get require the heat required for this evaporation is obtained from the plant itself. This is the latent heat of evaporation, and thus the plant is able to cool itself when it is hot outside. When it is hot outside. The next is transpiration help in maintaining the concentration of sap inside the body. What is the importance? Maintain the concentration. Maintain the concentration in cell sap. The roots continue to absorb water from the soil. If excess water is not evaporated out, if there is storage of water is more inside the cell, if excess water is not evaporated out, the sap would then become dilute, preventing further absorption. The cells have become dilute. The cells have become dilute. Just like water or anything, you can take any liquid, like you can take milk. If we pouring water continuously, what happen? The quantity of milk remain small and the quantity of water become much than the milk, and the thickness and the concentration of milk become dilute, preventing further absorption. Due to this, cell prevent the absorption of water from the ground. If there is a cells have become dilute, then roots prevent the further absorption, and it due to this preventing absorption, it prevent the absorption of mineral also, which required for the plant. So the evaporation is necessary for the plant for continuing absorption of minerals. Uses of water in the plant. What are the uses of water? The uses of water in plant in three main ways. uses of water in plants. First is transportation. We know the water is transported by xylem, and food produced by the leaf is transported by the tissue phloem. In solution form, all the thing is in which form? Solution form. And solution means it has water. To make anything in solute form, solution form, it requires water. So for transpiration, a plant requires water. Food production. The second one is food production. Plants make food. It combines, water is required for the photosynthesis. It combines with carbon dioxide in the form from the air in the presence of H2O plus CO2, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. It gives, so to perform the process of photosynthesis, water is required for this. So another use of water is food
We
production.
cannot see the board.
Yes, see, it is clear. The usage of water in plant is to transport liquid as well as water as well as food. In solution form, it requires water. Then to complete the process of photosynthesis, it requires water for photosynthesis and for food production. These are the uses of water in plant. And the third one is cooling. It gives cooling effect to the body. For the heat utilized when the water is transpired from the surface of leaves in the form of water vapor induce a cooling effect. These are the uses of water in plant. We have experienced that standing under a tree during hot summer days give us a cooling effect. When we stand on a under a tree, we feel cool, but this cooling is not entirely due to the shade. It is not by the shade, by the leaves, shade provided by the leaves, but also due to the loss of water from the surface of leaves by evaporation. This coolness is due to the transpiration, due to the loss of water from the surface of leaves by the evaporation. Since evaporation produces coolness, it makes the air cool. The cool air being heavier tends to settle down and make the surrounding pleasant. Here is a activity. We will do this activity to demonstrate transpiration. There is a, take a potted plant. There is a different branches of this flower. This tie them with a polythene. One branch of this plant cover the plant. One branch of this cover with the polythene and tie it with rubber band and leave the another branch open. Leave the plant in sunlight and note the change after few hours. And after few hours, we see that there is a water drops inside the polythene. We will see the drops of water on the inside the surface of bake, which have appeared due to the condensation of water vapor given out by the plant. It means the water transpire, and water this water vapor deposit here, and cooling, after cool down this water vapor, it change into water drops again. So some drops we can see on the surface of this polythene bag due to the evaporation of water through the transpiration and the cooling down of these water vapor into water drops. This shows the the plants, the experiment give better result in it is hot and sunny outside. If there is a full sunlight, then the water, this experiment give the better result. In this, there is no water vapor because the water vapor evaporate in atmosphere. This is the activity, and the another activity in which we show that the water loose through the leaves, loose through the leaves. Take a Take one small size well watered potted plant having a few branches, having few branches. Cover it with polythene and tie it with rubber band. Same here, and do what we have to do in next, the other branches. See, place the polythene bag over one branch as shown. It has leaves. This part of branch has leaves, but this is part A and part B. Take one branch and remove all the leaves from this branch, and tie it with polythene and rubber band. Place the plant in sunlight After 4-5 hours, we will see the drops of water appeared in branch A, in part A, but there is no water drops in branch B. On the inner surface of the polythene bag over branch A, while no water drops appear on branch B. This shows that the most water gets evaporated from the plant through the leaves. If there is no leaves, it means there is no loss of water, no transpiration take place here, and here is the leaves are there. It means transpiration takes place and it loses the water which is deposited in the polythene. This shows that the evaporation is take place through the leaves. This is all about the activity. The importance of mineral. The topic is importance of minerals. nutrients same as the animals. Plant also requires nutrients for their proper growth. Nutrient elements are the essential for the plants to grow well and complete their life cycle properly. The nutrients elements are divided into two broad categories. These nutrients divided into two categories. One is macronutrients and micronutrients. Macro means more and micro means small. And micro means small. It means these type of nutrients require in high quantity, require in larger concentration, and this type of nutrients require in very small quantity, very small amount of this nutrients. Large macronutrients required in larger concentration, and micronutrients required in very small amount. All the nutrients elements are obtained from the soil. Both macro and micro both are obtained from the soil. Some of macro and micronutrients, their occurrence in plant and their deficiency. If there is lack of any of these nutrients, it give result in plant by damaging them, by doing by the disturbing their growth. Occurrence in the plant and their deficiency symptoms are given in table. There is nutrients or role of this nutrient in plant and major deficiency symptom of these nutrients. Macronutrients. It means first in nitrogen. Nitrogen required in large quantity, and this is the constituents of protein. It is a part of protein. And what is the result, what is the symptom of deficiency of this nitrogen? Yellowing of leaves. Generally leaves are green in color, but due to the deficiency of this nutrients, it gives yellow color to the leaves. Wrinkling of cereal grains. They make they shrink them. Wrinkling of grain. The next is phosphorus. Constituents of cell membrane and protein, certain protein. It is also found in the structure or the composition of cell membrane and made some proteins. Cell membrane and some protein. What are the symptoms? Purple and red spot on leaves. There are some red and purple spots found in leaves. Delay in seed germination. The time of seed germination make longer. These are the symptom of deficiency of phosphorus. The third nutrient is potassium. It is more abundant in growing tissues. It forms in tissues involved in the opening and closing of stomata. This potassium is responsible for the opening and closing of the stomata. The symptom of deficiency of potassium is poor growth with reduced rate of transpiration. The growth is not in proper way. It reduces the rate of plant and rate of transpiration also. It reduces the rate of transpiration. The third part is micronutrients. These nutrients required in small quantity. They required in small quantity. Iron, the constituents of some proteins. This is found in some proteins. The symptom of deficiency of iron is yellowing of leaves. The next is manganese. Manganese. It is the constituents of some enzymes. Just like animal, plant also have some enzymes, and manganese is the part of some enzymes. The symptom of deficiency of manganese is same as the symptom of iron, means yellowing the leaves with gray spore. Yellowing the leaves with gray spots. And the last one is zinc. It is also the constituents of hormones and activates enzyme. It is the constituents of hormones and activate enzyme to work. What is the function of zinc? It is the constituents of some hormone and it activates the enzyme to their work, to work there properly. What is the symptom of deficiency of zinc? D-shaped leaf. It can change the shape of leaves. D-shaped. D-shaped the leaves. D-shaped the leaves, yellowing of leaves and stunned plant growth. It means it stop or it affect the growth of plant. This is all about the nutrients present in plant, and due to the deficiency of these nutrients, plants affect and show in their structure. This is all about the nutrients and transport in plant. Here is one more activity. In this activity, to study factor affecting the rate of transpiration. What we have to do in this activity, take two small potted plant, take two separate plant of some same type, take same type, having equal number of leaves. Leave one plant undisturbed in sunlight, and in another plant apply Vaseline on their surface of leaves. Take two plants of same type and having the same number of leaves, and put or apply Vaseline on the second plant, either surface of the leaves. Leave both the plant at the same place in sunlight, and after applying this Vaseline, put the plant in sunlight for 4-5 hours. Observe and compare the plant after 4-5 hours and record the observation. Plant with Vaseline applied on its leaves appeared wilting because no transpiration is occurred there, which is necessary for gaseous exchange and water transport in the plant could not take place. Now we have completed lesson 1. If you have any problem, you can ask.
Ma'am, Rishika is unable to understand anything.
What is the which is the topic? Where is Rishika? And why Rishika is not asking this? Where is Rishika? Rishika, can reply. Why you are not asking this? Yes, look here. We have done this chapter. Importance of I will revise this whole. Importance of transpiration in plants. Transpiration means loss of water from the surface of the leaves. This is called transpiration. It feels cooling when water on the surface of leaves, and it's required energy to evaporate water from the leaves. So this make the plant cool. The second one is transpiration help in maintaining the concentration of sap. If transpiration, it means excess water loss with the help of transpiration, and due to this transpiration cell sap, the concentration of sap remains proper. If there will no transpiration take place, the concentration of water become larger, and due to this the cell cannot perform its function properly. So this is the importance of transpiration in plant. Uses of water in plant. What are the uses of water in plant? The uses of water in plant in 3 main ways. Transportation, it means it transports the food and water from one part of the plant to the other part of the plant in solution form. In solution form, it means it requires water. So the uses of water is transportation. And water is used to in photosynthesis. The plant requires water for photosynthesis or for food production. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll and carbon dioxide, plants make food, and for this process plant require water. Cooling effect, same here. The plant transpire water, and for this process plant require energy. Leaves from the, and it induce a cooling effect. This is all about the uses of plant. Here is an activity. You can I explain this. In first activity, take a plant and tie the half part of this plant with the polythene and tie it with a rubber band and remain the other part of the plant as usual. After 4-5 hours, place the plant in sunlight, and after 4-5 hours, we see there is a few drops of water inside the polythene due to the transpiration take place there, and water evaporate there. After evaporation, the vapor cool down and change into drops, and this drops we can see inside the polythene, and the other part of the plant remains the same because the vapor goes in the atmosphere directly, so there is no drops of water we can see. The next activity is take two branch of plant and remove all the leaves from the one branch and tie it with a polythene and rubber. After some time, we will see there is a water drop inside the branch having leaves, but there is no water in the branch which is removed all the leaves. This shows that the leaves are the responsible for the transpiration. The last topic is importance of minerals. As we require nutrients to work properly, plant also needs some nutrients to grow well and complete their life cycle properly. For this, the nutrients are divided into two categories. First is macronutrients and other is micronutrient. Macro means more. In these nutrients, this type of nutrients they require in large quantity and in large concentration. And the example of macronutrients are nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. And the other category is micronutrients. Micro means small. This type of nutrients they require in small quantity, and these all nutrients obtained from the soil. The roots absorb all the nutrients from the soil. Here is a table of micronutrients, macronutrients, role of plant, role in the plant and measure deficiency symptoms. Multiple choice question. Have a look at the multiple choice question. Put a tick against the correct alternative in the following statements. Diffusion occurs when molecules move. Diffusion occurs when molecules move from higher concentration to lower concentration. The answer is third. Answer is third one. Diffusion occurs when molecules move from higher concentration to lower concentration. I will writing on the board. A. Answer is third. Higher concentration to lower concentration. Ascent of cell in plant take place through epidermis. It is B. If the xylem vessels of plant are plugged, the plant will shrivel or wilt. Answer is force responsible for the ascent of sap is capillary force, transpirational pull, or root pressure, or all the three? And the answer is all the three. Resins swell when put in saline water, rainwater, mustard, or saturated sugar solution. The answer is fourth, in saturated sugar solution. F. The root hair are suited for absorbing water from the soil because they have a large surface area. Yes, it is right. They have a semi-permeable membrane. It is also correct. They contain a solution of higher concentration than the surrounding water. And the answer is fourth, all the three. Transpiration is defined as the rise of water up to the stem of a plant, the elimination of water with dissolved water products, the loss of water as water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. And fourth one is the loss of water as water vapor from the roots as well as leaves of the plant. And the answer is third. The loss of water as water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. H. Which one of the following favors the fastest transpiration rate? A cool, humid, windy day, a hot, humid, windy day,